Welcome to the Positive Sports Podcast. I'll be your host this evening, Ed Montana. Alongside me today, the working from home due to the coronavirus brother of mine, Alex. How you doing?
Well, I'm doing good now. I don't have to wake up early in the morning. I don't have to waste gas, although it's nice to see gas prices go down. I get to be in my Al Bundy drawers, Al Bundy style.
You need to be quarantined. I don't know. I'm sure you don't have the coronavirus, but you need to be quarantined.
I may have it.
Look, to be fair, it is going to be cool to not have to deal with traffic and stuff like that. I'll be working from home starting tomorrow. All that's going to be cool and all. But I'm telling you, after about a week, people are going to start to go stir crazy. I'm gonna start to go stir crazy. I need people interaction. You a little more antisocial. It may take you a couple of weeks.
There's a lot of dumbasses out there. I don't need to be interacting with too many human beings. But nah, man, I enjoy working from home. As a matter of fact, I think I would make a great work from home, stay at home husband / dad, whatever you want to call it. I'd be the best because I get work done, and I've done it in the past. I get work done, and my wife and kids will have a meal when they come home. So I can do both, and I'm just very efficient with. I'm good at it. So this time off that my job is allowing, my wife was gonna be so proud. She's gonna have a cooked meal every day.
Look, I don't want to be negative, right? I want to keep things positive and light. But I'm gonna be fine this week,
Right.
and I may even make it through next week.
Yeah.
But if we go into a third week, I'm gonna start to go crazy. I'm gonna start to go nuts because I still have to get a lot of work done.
Right.
And it's hard to get motivated when you're sitting here by yourself. You know, there's no one else working here, and the kitchen is so close. I'm gonna get fat.
Yeah, and now, okay, that might be my issue because by the end of my work shift today, I felt fat, bro. I had like this 16 packs of honey buns.
and you ate all of them.
No, so I grabbed 3, but they were small. They're like bite size. Yeah, it's like 2 bites and you're done, right? So, and I got me
because they compress. You can stick the whole thing in your
exactly
mouth with a swig of milk.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So I had a tall glass of milk, right? And, bro, I finished the first one, and I'm like, it just went down kind of heavy. Maybe my eyes were bigger than my stomach was actually allowing for, and I couldn't finish the other 2, but I couldn't eat shit after that. That was like my midday snack, and I felt fat up until right now.
On weekends, I snack. If I'm home all day, like usually I'm not because I'm doing something, right? But if I'm home, I'll snack all day long. And look, there's only so many goddamn oranges and granola bars you can have. After a while, it's like, bring me the Cheetos.
I think that's going to be a problem for a lot of people.
That's going to be a problem for me.
Yeah. You know, and on a lighter note, right, a more serious note, I think this is a good time for people to, try to stay healthy and try to really be mentally strong because now gyms, you're not gonna be able to go to gyms as often, if at all, right? So you kind of really have to this is gonna teach you how to be a little more active and whatever. If you have weights at the house, do them. If you can run around the block a couple times a day, do it. Like don't let yourself go. This doesn't mean sit at the house and watch movies and eat Pop-Tarts and Starbursts and Skittles all day long and and Little Debbie's, right?
Shout out to our friend Juan Adams who loves him some Little Debbie's.
That's right. I'm sure he gets plenty of Little Debbie's sent to him. But this is a good time to like really, kind of go back to the drawing board and kind of,
Well, on a serious note, you're going to have to get creative. Don't use this quarantine time. We'll call it quarantine, even though it's not officially a quarantine yet. But don't use that as an excuse to do nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Look, if you're stuck at home, you can't go, you don't have a gym membership or whatever, you don't have weights at home, man, you can pick up chairs, you can pick up books, you can do push-ups, crunches, burpees, you can do all kinds of body weight squats. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff you can do. You can get online and find all kinds of, just body weight exercises to do. Don't let the quarantine, the problem of the quarantine and lack of productivity and all that compound itself with bad health going down the line, because it's just not, you got to take care of yourself. And the healthier you are, the less likely you are to get sick or to have really adverse effects from this coronavirus, which...
And if you have a 10-year-old like I do that weighs, 60, 65 pounds, you fucking have her plank and you bench press her.
Yeah. Good for her, good for you.
Exactly. It'll be fun for her because guess what? My kids aren't going back for a month.
Oh, yeah.
They've already announced, right?
We got the word about an hour ago, 2 hours ago.
So it'll be fun for the kids and it'll be exercise for you.
That's going to be the hard part, is keeping the young ones entertained. Like,
one day of that already is kind of too much.
At 10, she is probably right on the edge of being able to just entertain herself. Mine's 14, my youngest one, so he doesn't want to be entertained by me anyway.
Right.
He rather talk to his friends.
You're not fun.
That's right. I'm just old. But I mean, imagine if you have like a 5, 6, 7-year-old. Oh my God.
It's gonna be tough for some people.
Yeah. And
kind of crossing over to sports, that's going to be the challenge for some of these athletes, right? Like, I think about a guy like Jokic. He's already kind of out of shape, okay? I worry about him sitting at home and not getting this exercise of playing basketball for 48 minutes a night.
If he takes 2 months off, right, which is, let's just say, right, they're talking about middle of June.
Right.
So... And they canceled first week of March. So you're looking at March, April, May, 3 months. That's an off season.
That's a long time.
It's an off season.
For them, it's a long time.
When he comes back, it's spring training. Not spring training. It's preseason for him.
Yeah. I mean,
it's gonna be tough.
A guy like LeBron, I would not that I worry about them, but LeBron's I'm just saying, like,
swole.
Right. He's good, but like Jokic, who's not that healthy right now.
You're saying he's not that healthy.
Well, not healthy. I'm like not in great basketball
There
shape.
are guys that when they're out of season, they do not do a great job of staying in shape.
Right,
Let's just say that. Yeah. Not necessarily Jokic. Anyone, right?
Well, I mean, Jokic kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. Right. But yeah, right. It could be anyone. Yes, absolutely.
Same thing with baseball players, right? Baseball players, pitchers especially. Hockey. It's tough for those guys. Soccer players.
Yeah.
Soccer players, the way they play the first month of the season compared to 4 months later when it's the end of the season is night and day, because almost none of them are in 90-minute shape.
Right.
It takes a little time to get in 90-minute game shape.
Yeah.
They can be in good shape, but there's something different about the game, right? The intensity, the concentration it takes, it's a little bit different.
So
it's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, and what else is interesting is like when NBA is going to, like, are they going to, if they come back mid-June or somewhere in June, that's when like the finals are being played. So are they going to like start the playoffs right there with the teams that are currently in place?
Yes.
Or
yes. For the love of God, do not give us the remaining 20 games so that we can have the same 16 teams in the playoffs that we would have right now. Let's go straight into the playoffs.
I agree 100% with that. Don't finish the rest of the games, but in all fairness to those teams that are at the cusp of making the playoffs, which may not be many.
Who?
Again,
one.
Well, I just said which may not be many. I think it would be entertaining, fan value, to do a tournament. Do a tournament with all the teams, kind of like a summer league tournament. How they have, I'm serious, have a summer league tournament. First round, one game, and then you start the best of series in the rest of the.
So let's think about this. Let's play this out. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the standings just out of curiosity.
Okay.
So let's say top 8. There's 8 in each conference, right? That make the playoffs.
Yeah, right.
Top 4 automatically get in, and then the rest got to play their way in. So basically, you give the top 4 a bye. How's that sound?
There's 15 teams in each league, right?
Yeah.
In each conference.
Right. So you'd have.
So I would give
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No.
You give the top 2 a bye, and you make the other ones play their way in.
Overall, the top 2 buys. I'm sorry. No. If there's 15 teams in each conference, in this case, as we stand right now, you give the Lakers in the West a bye, and you give the Bucks a bye in the East, and then you have the rest of the teams
play each other a 3-game series. Make it a 3-game series to make it interesting.
Yeah.
That way both teams get a home game.
I was thinking more along the lines of, but see, it can't happen because it would be an odd number of teams. You have the 8 that are currently in the playoffs, and then you have a small mini bracket with the ones that are not in the playoffs.
To do what?
Or what you can do is the first 7. Hold on, the first 7 are. You're looking at me like you're such a. No, I don't care. I'm gonna have fun with this because you know what? One thing
we have nothing else to do.
No, but check this out. You give the fans. I'm looking at it from a fan's perspective, right? And the league is losing money. Right, the staff members are losing money. Although there's some players that are doing nice gestures, like Zion, paying the salaries of the staff members, all good. But I'm looking at it from a fan's value. Right now, I want to see sports. So I'm gonna imagine that in June, I'm
really gonna want to see sports.
I'm gonna be like a crackhead walking around my house, and my kids are gonna be like, "What the fuck is wrong with Dad?" Right? So
yeah.
So look, the 7 that are currently in, right? They made the playoffs. The other 8 of each conference play a mini tournament for the A seed, and then you ramp up
and then the playoffs.
Yeah,
I like that better.
You like that one?
I like that one.
Okay,
I like that one
because the few teams that are almost about to make the play, I think they should have to battle it out with the number 8, with the current number 8 seed to see who gets that A seed, right? So, because that 8 seed might not, if things would have played out the season, maybe they don't make the playoffs, right? Maybe the 9th seed would have crept in and...
Right. Now, to be fair, if we look at the standings,
right.
Orlando is the 8th seed in the East.
Okay.
They have a 5.5 game lead on Washington with 17 to play.
Okay.
So they were making it.
Right. Yeah,
but screw it, right?
Maybe.
Memphis is the 8th seed in the West.
Okay.
They have a 3.5 game lead with 17 to play.
Okay.
On Portland. They were going to make it.
Don't count on New Orleans. New Orleans
is 3.5.
Playing well.
Right. So
they were.
I mean, look, whatever we decide, or whatever the NBA decides, really, it should be for the good of the fans. And we're kind of screwing Memphis and Orlando here under our plan, but look, you're the 8th seed. It's not like we're screwing you out of making the playoffs and you were the 1 seed, right?
Right, yeah. Yeah, I just think it adds, it adds a different dynamic, and the NBA has already been talking about going to like a tournament-style playoff system, right? So
now,
I think
would you make that 8-team bracket a 1 game, like the NCAA tournament, Elite 8?
To make it
to get the 8th
yeah, I would do a one game neutral site.
I got it.
Neutral site.
I got it.
Okay.
Elite 8 for the 8th.
There you go. I'm sold.
NBA, hit me up at eMontana21 on Twitter. If you want to email the show, positivesports10@gmail.com for great ideas. If you want to talk to Alex, he doesn't have any ideas, but
None.
I do, or at least naming ideas. You can reach him on Twitter at Brooklyn Gaucho 1.
Yeah, because I mean, you gotta
do something creative.
You have to. I feel like you have to, right? For the sake of the fans. And,
well, look,
and the game itself, right? If you,
in a way, you don't have to, because people are going to be starving for sports.
Right.
So they're going to, if they came back and said, we're starting the playoffs right now, people would be like, great. If they came back and said, we're going to play the last 17 games and then go into playoffs, people would say, great. If they came up with our concoction idea, Elite Eight for the 8th, they'd say, great. You know, I mean, fans don't care at this point.
Yeah.
You figure if they don't ramp up again until the middle of June, again, we're talking 3 months of no sports.
That's
Fans
crazy.
are not going to give a shit.
That's pretty crazy. 3 months.
I know I'm
of
not going to give a
sport.
shit.
Have you ever gone 3 months without anything?
Dude, I started
can't think
feeding
of
for
anything.
sports on that. You know, during the All-Star break in the summer,
Yeah.
when you've got that Monday, there's nothing. Tuesday, you've got the All-Star game.
Right.
Wednesday, you've got nothing. And Thursday, you have a really light schedule. Sometimes they don't play that day either. Dude, that week sucks.
Yeah.
That week is awful.
I don't know if I've ever gone 3 months without anything. Pizza? Probably not. Sex? Probably not. I've gone beer. No beer for 3 months, but that's...
Really? You haven't gone 3 months without sex? Because I
I've-
remember you as a toddler, and I don't think you were having sex then.
Well, I mean, you know. I mean, no toddler was having sex as a toddler.
I mean, I remember the first 3 or 4 years of your life. I don't think you were having sex then.
All right, when I started, my first time...
Okay. You haven't gone 3 months since.
Yeah, I can't remember. It's I'm sure it's been a.
You
listen,
have.
I've been married for fucking a long time. Okay, I've been married a long time. I'm pretty sure I haven't gone 3 months without sex.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying I can't think of anything that I've gone 3 months without. Like coffee, I drink always.
I don't think I've ever gone 3 months without sports.
Probably not, right? I mean, because
can't
they're
imagine.
always overlapping each other. So
and
it's
I mean,
like,
I'll watch anything.
yeah, I mean,
I will watch anything.
yeah.
I'm watching replays right now. I don't give a shit.
That's what I was gonna ask you. No sports on, right? Obviously, you can go to YouTube, watch old games, or you could, you know, whatever. I'm sure the NBA channel has classics and all that. But if they told you you can only go back and watch one game in full, one game, that's all you're allowed. One game
For 3 months.
for 3 months. What game would you have on repeat?
Well, that's easy. That's easy for me.
Which one?
Game 6 of the 1986 World
Yeah.
Series. I mean, as a Mets fan, I was 15 years old. The Mets were terrible most of my life up until that point. And to be in the World Series,
And after that point,
and to be staring down the barrel of a dominant season coming to a crashing end, and then the incredible finish of that game. For me, I could watch that over and over again.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a good one.
I still have the VHS
Yeah.
tape, and I do watch it occasionally. It's it's something else, man. How
Yeah.
about you?
I don't know, man. I would go back.
I know which one.
I would go back and watch the New York Giants and the San Francisco 49ers 2011 NFC Championship game.
That was a great game.
I mean, that was...
I'm surprised you didn't say one of the Super Bowls against the Patriots.
Yeah.
The second one. Well, the first one, because the first one was more improbable.
Yeah. Nah, I don't know. Something about that...
Dude, remember we were watching that game together here, and we were
I
like... Remember when the game started, we were like, yeah, whatever, at least we made the Super Bowl. Who cares? Yeah, this is a good
I gave
time.
us no chance.
I know, me neither. And we were like, yeah, we were your typical just happy to be there.
Right.
Happy to just, wait, let's watch the commercials. We didn't give a shit. By the time it was the third quarter of that game, we were standing, wringing our hands together, sweating because we were cheering every single play, moaning and groaning when it didn't go our way. I mean, that game was...
And then it had probably the craziest play in, like, championship history, right?
Yeah, exactly. Right? Probably the most
bizarre
play in a Super Bowl I think I've ever seen that, basically made the game for the Giants.
Yeah. Made the game, made history, right?
Yeah, I mean, it just...
I don't know, something about that the NFC Championship game with the 49ers just I don't know, the whole game. I can't go back and really think about most of the plays in that Super Bowl, but I can go back and think about, a lot of plays from that NFC Championship game.
All right, let's do it every sport. For football, I would go the Giants Patriots the first Super Bowl.
One.
Yeah. So now you go baseball because
baseball.
I already went baseball.
Fuck. Right off the bat, I can't think of one for baseball.
For basketball,
I can't think of one.
Oh, for basketball, it'd have to be that Michael Jordan double nickel game against the Knicks.
Yeah, that's pretty memorable.
He was just off that night. I mean, he went off. He wasn't off. He went off.
I wouldn't watch any game in basketball. I would just watch Jason Kidd highlights. That's it.
2 hours of Jason Kidd highlights on YouTube.
I'm sure he's got 2 hours worth of it.
Oh, easily.
Right?
Easily.
Him and his crazy bounce passes.
Yeah. Any other games?
No. If you had to watch one game from your favorite player, any sport.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
That game against Portland.
Oh, the shrug game?
Yeah. It's like I just can't miss.
Yeah,
to hear his comments after the game, the basket looked like a big old bucket.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah. It was just incredible. Just to see guys get in that zone in that moment, right?
I wonder how athletes feel at this point, right? Because, I mean, yeah, how do they feel with just getting shut down like this, right? All across the board.
Well, I'll tell you, Donovan Mitchell doesn't feel real good, right? Because he got coronavirus
from his teammate.
From that dummy, so he doesn't feel good. I would guess, look, it's no different for them than it is for us, bro. Just because they have a high-profile job, they have the same concerns we do, right? Like, and probably more so. You and I had this conversation last week, right? In our case, our family doesn't do a whole lot of risky behavior, right? Like, our parents and my aunt and uncle, they don't go out very much. They're retired. They're not around a lot of people.
No.
You and I don't work in retail, so we don't come across a lot of people. It's not a big concern for us. For them, they probably had a little bit more concern, right? Because they were in an arena with 20,000 people. But now they're probably happy to be home, safe, not worried about interacting with a whole lot of people, and, just waiting it out.
Russell Westbrook must like this because he doesn't like anyone, right? So, I mean,
perfect.
He's probably loving this.
Yeah.
What about for baseball? Because I thought about, okay, if baseball doesn't come back until, let's say, almost
June.
middle.
Let's say middle of June.
Middle of June, so a month before the All-Star break.
Mm-hmm.
They should totally do an All-Star fantasy draft. All-Star game fantasy draft. Play the All-Star game right at the beginning and then continue on with the season. Just to give the fans some, again, looking at it from a fan's point of view, right?
Yeah, I think that'd be fun.
And kind of, maybe Mike Trout, right? The face of, Mike Trout, the captain of the American League, and then whoever, I don't care.
Bellinger to be the captain of the National League. And you have them pick players from their respective leagues to make the All-Star teams.
Yes.
I like that idea.
And then you kind of, warm up to,
I like that idea.
And then you just roll into the rest of the 81 games. Or whatever. It'll
probably be, by that point, middle of June.
A little over.
Probably about 100 games.
Yeah.
And you don't play 162. You don't worry about that because you don't want to run the risk of playing baseball into December and having guys, freezing half to death, having to play, games in Minnesota.
You have to shorten it. All the leagues. I don't know about football. Football may be benefiting, right? Because they don't start until September, so they're actually benefiting. Right. So, but because either way, if you push it back or you want to play all 82 games in basketball, all 162 games in baseball, you're just going to be pushing shit back. Right?
Yeah,
it's never going to... at some point, you just got to say, okay, we're going to stop it here.
Well, basketball and hockey, probably more so hockey than basketball even, because I think hockey has even less games left. But if they wanted to play the last 17 games, okay. 17 games is what? A month?
In
right?
what, hockey?
In basketball?
Yeah.
Probably about a month.
Yeah.
So middle of June to middle of July, and then you start the playoffs middle of July. Again, you condense everything, right?
Yeah.
You probably crown an NBA champion Labor Day, and then you give them a month off.
Oh, that'd be tight.
Yeah, but I mean, but
no,
they're
I'm
getting
saying
time
that,
off now.
No, yeah, no, I was thinking about. I mean, if it ends Labor Day, then you got like football like at the same time beginning. I mean, that'd be awesome right there. That'd be a good.
Well, you know,
it
would kind of make it up to us, right? Because we're going through this long period of nothing.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I don't think you can go wrong. I mean, whatever you decide to do, I think people are going to be so happy to have it all back that I don't think you're going to really go wrong.
Right.
Now, where you could go wrong is when you're the UFC and you decide, coronavirus be damned, we're going to have our events every week.
What,
so
didn't they cancel some?
Listen to this. Last week they had one in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
The mayor of whatever town they were in, or the president, or whatever, said no more than 250 people in any gathering. So they had it in a closed arena, which is fine, whatever. This week, the card is in London. Well, they can't get people in and out of London, so they scrapped it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But you know what they're going to do? They didn't scrap it altogether. They're going to move it somewhere. Someplace to be determined, because they don't know yet. So they're going to try to secure, and here's the other thing. They got to make fights, because half of those guys are based in Europe, and they don't want to come over because then they can't get back.
Right.
So now they're going to try to put a card on somewhere in the U.S. in 6 days. They're basically saying, if you want to fight, let us know. And now how they're going to secure a place, get all the medicals done, and get everyone there, I have no idea. But, I mean, to me, it is amazing that they're going to try to do it.
Wow. Well, if I was a fighter that didn't have a contract, I mean, I would be, you know, you want me to fight, then, you know, pay me some good money.
Nope. Only contracted fighters.
Only a contracted fighter? Well, then either way, I would, well, if I was a contracted fighter, then I would, you know, up the bag a little bit.
Can't do it. You can't do it, right? Because if you call them and say,
no ticket revenue, right?
I'll fight, but you got to double my pay, they'll be like, oh, so you won't fight.
Well, yeah.
The only guys they're going to get are guys that are, you know, wanting to get through the fights on their contract so they can get to their next contract. But even then, like, how are you going to get medicals done?
Right.
In 6 days.
And why, I mean, don't you see what everybody else is doing? Like, what the fuck? Like, what do you think? UFC fighters are immune? They don't touch each other that much?
But even, it's just.
I mean, what the fuck?
It's not even a virus issue. It's logistically, how are you going to do it?
No.
And do you really want to put that product out there?
Right. That no one's going to be at the arena to watch.
Right. And I understand that they're not making a lion's share of their money from the gate. But even so, watching it on TV is kind of weird.
Yeah. Dad was watching a soccer game yesterday, and it looked weird, right? I mean,
empty stands.
In
Mexico.
Yeah. But I mean, the announcer was doing a heck of a job, I guess. But I mean, props to him. But I mean, I don't know. I think it would be cool though. Like, I would want to hear what, you know, Russell Westbrook is talking trash to the opposing team.
That
right?
would have been neat.
Stuff like that. I think I would kind of like to hear what's going on in the huddle. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I want to hear that. Kind of what the XFL did, right? They were mic'd up, and you could hear what. So I mean, that would be cool, but I don't know.
It's all very interesting, but I think you got to be. Well, now the president said no more than 10 gatherings of 10 people.
10 people, yeah.
Right, so I mean, you couldn't even get
So how does a guy like Phillip Rivers work? The guy has like fucking 15 kids. Huh?
Yeah.
Or Cromartie. He's got like 13 kids. Do you have to? So what do? Do you
buy
pick
another house, put half the family in one, half in the other?
Yeah, I guess you got to rank your kids at that point, right? And if whoever's left over, sorry, you get to sleep in a tent in the backyard, right?
You're quarantined in the backyard.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, like
how do you do
big
that?
families, right? Like you got a husband and a wife,
yeah,
and 9 kids.
9 kids. That's 11. You're over the limit.
You're over the limit.
You have to cut one. Cut the wife. Yeah,
baby, you cut the wife. Hey, baby, you gotta go.
Yeah, you gotta go.
I don't mean to be rude, but
you don't gotta go too far, just to the backyard.
You ain't gotta leave. You gotta get the hell out of here. You're making this gathering way too big.
So, well, the one thing that's kind of given us our fix is NFL free agency. Kind of, I really forgot about it. So it kind of took me by storm this morning. But there were some moves made.
A lot of moves.
One very questionable that I don't know what the Texans are doing. I don't think they ever recovered from being down 28 or 24-0. They haven't recovered.
They were up 24-0.
Right. I'm sorry. They right. And then blowing the lead.
From that point on.
Right. Everything went downhill.
Well, look what happened to the Falcons. Up 28-3 in the Super Bowl. They've been terrible ever since.
Terrible.
I mean, terrible.
This is what happens when you put the head coach, who's not really a good head coach, you turn him into a head coach / GM, and he trades away probably your best player on the team.
Oh, easily.
Right?
Easily the best player on the team.
Well, not easily. I mean, you got Watson. Watson is good.
Okay.
But you take
the best player on the team.
But you take away your quarterback's elite weapon
I will say this. I don't think trading Hopkins is all bad.
Me neither.
Because they have a good core of receivers. What I do think is bad is not getting everything from Arizona, right?
Right.
You address all of your needs. You take their best running back, their best lineman, their best safety. I mean, you take first round pick. I mean, that's like Herschel Walker. That's like when Dallas traded Herschel Walker to the Vikings.
But even
you get everything.
Right, but even that wouldn't justify it because the Cardinals' best running back, best cornerback, you're not getting the same value for what Hopkins is. Like their best players don't equal. Their 3 to 4 best players don't equal to what Hopkins brings to the table.
But you do shore up some holes on your squad. If you can trade Hopkins and shore up 3 holes, let's say, and I don't know what they got from or what they could have gotten from Arizona, but to me the only thing they got was Johnson, right?
Which is not saying much because the guy can't stay healthy.
If he stays healthy, it's a great pickup. If he stays healthy. And I don't think you trade Hopkins for a guy where you have to use the qualifier if he stays healthy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, look.
And to be honest, the Texans have a decent wide receiving group, but they stay hurt a lot. So, yeah. I mean, what are you going to do when they only play half the season again next year? Like
Fuller, right?
Right.
Fuller's going to be the new number 1.
I mean, but he can't stay healthy. The guy stays, hurt.
Well, but again, him and David Johnson, if they stay healthy.
Right.
It's
amazing.
It's a terrible move.
Think about what the Texans have done. They signed Brock Osweiler to this crazy contract years ago. They let Clowney go. They didn't get a first-round pick for him. They let Hopkins go. Didn't get a first-round pick for him. They give all this money to J.J. Watt. Doesn't play as much. He's hurt.
Yeah.
And you don't beef up the offensive line for your quarterback. What the fuck are they doing?
I don't know.
That's horrible. That's a bad move. To say the least.
So apparently, being a GM, he's as good of a GM so far as he is a head coach.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that is not gonna cut it.
Where's Brady going?
I don't know.
You think he's going back to? You think he's going back to the Patriots?
No, because the Patriots are not. Look, we've said this before on this podcast. The Patriots do not make emotional decisions when it comes to personnel, and as much as they would have to pay Brady, it would be an emotional decision to keep him.
Yeah.
And they're not going to do it. They're simply not going to do it. Not while Bill Belichick is there. Someone else might do it. Bill O'Brien might do it. But Belichick will not do it. Look, I think deep down inside, Belichick loves Brady.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely loves him. But he will not make an emotional decision for his football team for Tom Brady.
Right, he hasn't shown emotion since his first press conference. Yeah, seriously. Like, the guy probably didn't cry as a freaking baby.
He probably just came out with a hoodie on. And
I'm going to keep saying it. The best place for Brady to go is the Chargers. I'm sorry. But from an owner's perspective, if I was the Chargers, I would fucking throw the whole bank account at Tom Brady, right? You want to fill up seats? You want to have an actual home game? You get Tom fucking Brady. Yeah. Plain and simple.
Yeah,
and
not to
mention, he's got the weapons, right? You didn't re-sign Melvin Gordon, who would have took up a lot of the payroll. Mm-hmm. You got a decent team. Like, this team made the fucking playoffs 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
I mean, just beef up the offensive line.
Personally, I think Indianapolis is a better landing spot for Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. Maybe not what you're talking about as far as for the team. You know, the Chargers should go all out to get him. I agree with you. But as far as for Tom Brady, I think the better landing spot for him is Indianapolis. Good landing spot for him would have been the Titans, but the Titans unloaded the Brinks truck and dropped it all on Tannehill's front yard. Jesus Christ. 4 years, $118 million.
I kind of like the move for the Titans. You don't change nothing. You keep your quarterback. You franchise tag Derrick Henry, which I agree with. You don't give the running back the big contract.
I agree.
Right?
I agree.
I mean,
that's the way it goes in the NFL.
They're still pretty young, and why not? Why change it? Right? I mean, like you went pretty far.
Look, and they're a good football team. It's not, Tannehill's not going to set the place on fire, but
he'll get you by.
He doesn't have to, right?
But that's a lot of money for a quarterback that's just going to get you by.
Right.
So I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of.
That's tough.
And if you franchise tag Henry, are you gonna? Is he gonna become a disgruntled player? Right.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
is he gonna give you the same thing next year? Yikes.
I don't know. It's gonna be tough. They're talking about the Bucks is another team in on Brady, which I think.
Why? They've got Jameis Winston.
Did you see he got laser surgery?
You mean that motherfucker's blind?
I guess, but
that explains
I think that was just an excuse to say, "Hey, man."
No, that makes perfect sense. He was just throwing the blurry objects, couldn't tell what color jersey they had on.
I guess so.
Which explains why half of them were touchdowns and half of them were interceptions.
30-30 club. The Bucks would be a good team, man, for him. I mean, fuck that. Winston threw for like 4,500 yards last year. I mean, Tom Brady could fucking do the same thing. And he's got great vision. Right? He's fucking Tom Brady.
Who else needs a quarterback? Let's think about that. Carolina?
Yeah, he's not going there. Are you talking about where places where Brady?
Yeah.
He's not going there, rookie head coach. Not doing it.
Good point.
I don't think so. Who else needs a quarterback?
Where's Cam Newton going to go?
I don't know.
Is he going to go? Tough call, right?
I think he stays for one more year. One more year.
Yeah, I think so too.
The Dolphins need a quarterback.
Aren't they all in on Rosen?
Oh, are they? I don't know. They're probably going to go after draft Tua, no?
Oh, yeah.
They could draft a quarterback.
Cincinnati could...
Oh, the Bears. The Bears are looking for a quarterback.
Yeah, the Bears are all in on Trubisky, apparently.
Well, that or Teddy.
They're going to need a quarterback next year.
I think they move on from Trubisky, man.
Not this year.
I
mean, during the season they will.
No, I think they
Before
do.
the season?
Yeah, I mean, even now, I don't think they're in on. I don't think they're like sold on him. Like
Last I heard, they're in on. They're gonna.
Yeah,
maybe they're just saying that to drum up interest, but.
Well, here's the thing with free agency. It just started, so you're gonna hear a lot of fake news and a lot of real things that are probably gonna happen, but some that don't. I don't believe that Trubisky's I don't think he stays with the Bears, bro. I don't think so. The guy's what, 3 years in?
This will be his third year.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't done shit.
I mean, he was good for a couple games.
Yeah, a couple games is not gonna cut it though. It's not gonna cut it.
I don't know. What other landing spots?
What, for Brady?
Yeah.
I mean,
nowhere. In the East. Other than the Dolphins.
Okay, what are the Cowboys doing? Do you want Dak to be your freaking quarterback or not?
What did they do? Give him the extreme franchise tag?
Yeah, something like that.
What the hell is that?
It's where he can't negotiate with another team. It's the exclusive franchise tag. You can't negotiate with another team. So I guess the regular franchise tag, you can negotiate with another team.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't understand that at all.
So you let Amari Cooper walk. You don't want to pay him. Fine. Well, then where's the money going? Like, why not sign fucking Dak Prescott to an extension?
Yeah, just sign him. Fucking Cousins got 2 more years.
$66 million.
Dude.
2 years, $66 million.
The next time I have my annual review, I'm going to call Cousins' agent and have him just go in there with me.
I would.
Because, look, the guy can go, look, Ed is just a mediocre accountant. But you gotta extend him a couple of years and give him a couple million. And he'd probably get it.
Probably.
I'm not sure what
you
kind
can
of...
be average.
Yeah.
Cousins hasn't done shit.
He's slightly above average.
I guess. His contract is elite.
Oh, his contract is...
Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean...
Money.
First ballot Hall of Fame money.
Can you imagine what Patrick Mahomes is going to get? I mean, if this guy's getting $33 million... I mean, Patrick is going to get
50.
40, 45. Right? He's got to, bro.
And he could be going into that conversation with 2 Super Bowl rings.
And the salary cap went up. So what do you think about the 17 games? So 17 games...
But that's not going to happen for a while.
It's going to happen next year.
No.
Yeah, 2021. And then the 17 playoffs is going to happen this year.
No. The 17-game season is probably not going to happen until 2022 or 23 or not at all. I don't think... It's not a done deal. They've got a lot of kinks to work out with that.
Well,
that's why they're not doing it this year. The 17 playoff, this is what I don't understand. If you're willing to go from 6 to 7, just go to 8. Just go to 8 and no bye week. Just go to 8.
Oh.
I mean, it's only a matter of time.
Well, then you get 2 buys. 2 teams get 2 buys.
No, 8. Everyone plays.
Oh yeah.
Everyone plays the first week.
I don't know. Well, I mean, the players voted for yes, so that's as much as I know. So.
Well, the players voted. It was very narrow, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
But there's stuff in there for the players, right? So there's going to be more money.
Right.
If they ever
they get revenue sharing.
The revenue sharing percentage goes up
by 1.2.
Well, that's a lot of money when you're talking about $1 billion contract, right?
Yeah. The players sold they sold. That's all I'm going to say.
So that goes up. Rosters expand by 2 spots.
Mm-hmm.
So that's more jobs. That's good.
Okay.
And the league minimum is going to go up.
Yeah, we're forgetting the very important one, which I'm sure Josh Gordon is very happy.
Well, but he's not in the NFL. He didn't even get to vote.
Man, poor guy.
Because you know he was voting yes. They can smoke weed.
That's right, they can smoke weed. I feel like that's the kicker right there.
That's the way to get everything.
I'm serious.
They could have gone to a 20-game schedule. Just let them smoke weed.
Fucking. I wish they would just keep it the same, but whatever.
I hope that they stay with 16. I think going to 17 is dumb.
Yeah, I don't.
Because now you have an imbalanced schedule.
I don't care about one extra game.
Yeah.
Or even 2 extra games. I just leave it alone.
I got a better idea. Take away 2 preseason games.
Well, they're going to take away 1 with the 17 games.
Take 2 away and don't add any games.
Yeah. No,
I mean, look, it's...
How much more money does the NFL want to make?
The worst union in the history of unions is the NFL Players Association.
Yeah.
It boggles my mind. But I mean, those owners take advantage of that union constantly.
Yeah.
It's amazing how often it works. And this one worked as well. And I mean, part of the reason they did it is because it ensures labor peace through 2031 or 2030.
Shit, that's so. I mean,
right, which will cover the career of most guys that are in the NFL right now.
At least for a running back whose lifespan is 10 years.
Well, for most guys, right?
Yeah.
Except for like quarterbacks and some linemen.
Right.
10 years it's going to cover the rest of their career.
Yeah.
Think about the rookies that were in the league this year will be 11-year veterans by the time this thing dies.
No.
So, in a way, and when they come to 2031, the owners will do another 10-year deal, bump it up to an 18-game season, and the players will be like, yeah, but I'm good for 10 years. My career's set.
Yeah.
The league minimum's going up. Rosters will expand another spot or 2. I'll take it. And I can still smoke weed.
And then they'll allow cocaine.
No, they'll never.
Hey, they did to the freaking Dallas Cowboys. Did you see how strong that line was? But
it's
I don't know.
The owners just continue to abuse the players, and the players really have no choice, because if you sit out a year, that's a year of your career that you can't get back.
Right.
And B, then that just increases the competition for your spot next year, right? Because you have all the college kids coming. So yeah, the owners have the hammer. Will always have the hammer, and I think they'll forever do this to the players, and I don't think there's anything they can do about it.
Yeah, I feel bad for the college basketball players. Being young, they won't have that shining moment for the tournament. And I know most of them probably have tapes of themselves and highlights to give to teams, but they won't be able to participate in this tournament. I think it's very special for the kids, right? And especially if they make it far and they win and all that, they won't get a chance to.
Think about all the names that we won't know about,
right?
Because we won't get a, whatever small school making a run.
Yeah.
Into the Sweet 16.
I mean, just off the bat, right? Like DiVincenzo, right? The guard for Villanova, right? That finals was like 3 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So
and you still remember.
Still remember his name from that championship game, right? Villanova versus Michigan.
Quite frankly, I think he got drafted and got an NBA job.
Yeah.
Because of that tournament.
Right.
People are like,
which, although to his credit, he was kind of quiet after his first 2 seasons, I think. But he's getting better. He's getting better. But you didn't hear about him.
Right.
Like I didn't know about him. So
look at Morant.
Right.
Got I mean, we heard about him a little bit during the season, but it wasn't until Trae Young's another one, right?
Yeah. So kind of feel for them.
Yeah, I do.
Not being able to,
finish,
get their shine.
I don't understand why they can't just do the tournament, right? Have the selection committee just pick a team, and in June do a tournament. Right? If we come back in June, why can't they do the tournament then?
I think it would be an issue with logistics and getting fans and
right,
and
but it's a logistics issue.
It's
a logistics issue for everything. Everything is going to be a logistics issue. How is the NBA doing it?
Yeah, but not in baseball, right? Because when they start on June 17th, they're just going to start whoever that was scheduled
for baseball, but basketball, hockey, MLS.
Well, I don't know.
Right?
I don't know. But It'll be interesting these next few days. Or months, actually.
Yeah,
months.
it will be.
Sounds like months.
You got anything else?
That's it, man.
Let's wrap this thing up. Hey, on a serious note, I hope you guys enjoyed this this podcast and it provided you a little break from the serious news that you've been hearing about the coronavirus. In all seriousness, please take care of yourselves. Stay away from other people. Don't go into crowded places. Don't just be smart. You don't have to be a spaz and buy, 15,000 rolls of toilet paper. But, just be smart. Don't be around people. If you feel any kind of sick, certainly stay at home. Don't congregate in large groups. Just be smart. Just don't be a dumbass and take this thing seriously. There's a reason why the CDC is sending out all these alerts and advisories, and you just got to be smart about it. Stay with your family, and keep an eye on your folks. On your parents, on the older generation. Make sure that they're taken care of. If anyone needs to go to the store to pick some stuff up, you young people go for your parents because
neighbors or friends or whatever.
Don't let old people be roaming around because it's a lot worse for them. Just be smart and take care of yourself so that you can keep listening to this show and enjoy our banter. You can catch it on YouTube. You can listen to it on iTunes, Google Play, Podbean, whatever podcast platform you choose to use, and just be safe.
There's one team that's benefiting from this coronavirus. It's the fucking Houston Astros.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I thought about that the other day.
Because there's nothing to talk about.
No one's talking about the Astros.
They are benefiting. Boy, they are lucky.
They are loving it.
So I think it's going to be worse for them, right? Because this rage, this fix that the fans are not getting right now for 2-3 months, boy, they're going to unleash.
Yeah, but don't you think that after we go through all of this, especially if it ends up being 2 or 3 months where we go to the middle of June, don't you think we're going to be nicer on the other side?
No. Yankee fans won't. Boston fans won't. I mean, There's certain
right, but when they go to Kansas City, when they go to Cleveland,
I'll tell you something.
When they go to Tampa Bay, there won't be any fans there.
People don't forget, bro. They're going to hear it in most places.
I agree, they will, but I don't.
It's very few cities.
I don't think it'll be with the same vitriol that it would have been if they'd have played straight through.
I think it will be.
I think. Well, obviously we'll never know, but I don't think time heals all wounds, and while it may not be completely healed by mid-June, it'll be more healed than it is right now. More time passes. Imagine if they canceled the entire season. What would it be like next year? It'd be a lot less.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think the Astros are genuinely hated. So again, people don't forget.
They don't forget, but I don't think it'll be as much as it would have been if they'd have gone straight through.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
We'll never know.
Alrighty. That is a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Get back home. Take care of your family. Be safe. Stay out of trouble.
I'll try.
Don't congregate. Whatever you do, don't have 5 more kids because then you'll be over the 10-person limit.
5, 4. Yeah. No, I'll be under.
Good.
Because we're 4 right now. If I have 5 more.
If you have 6 kids.
Yeah, 6. I don't think I have... I got too much wear and tear. I don't think I got enough.
Alrighty.
All right. Well, be safe, folks.
That's right. We've come to the end of another wonderful episode. As always, folks, ignore the negativity. Be the positivity.
Peace.